At 2:11 a.m., your house is completely silent. No cars outside, no voices, no movement. And yet, your dog suddenly lifts its head, ears twitching, eyes locked on a dark corner of the room. Not moving, not blinking, just watching. Now here's the part most people get wrong. You probably assume one of three things. They heard a random noise, they're dreaming, or they're just being weird again. But what if none of that is true? What if your dog isn't reacting to nothing, but to something your brain simply isn't built to perceive? Because here's the truth most owners never realize. Your dog is not living in the same world as you. Same house, same room, same moment, but a completely different layer of reality. And once you understand what they're actually sensing, you'll never look at their strange behavior the same way again. So before we dive in, if you've ever caught your dog staring into empty space, comment "seen it" below. Because what you're about to hear might finally explain it. Let's start with something that sounds almost too eerie to be real. Have you ever seen your dog suddenly growl at a hallway or bark at a wall where absolutely nothing exists? No footsteps, no shadows, no sound, just silence. Some people jump straight to one conclusion: ghosts. Now, science hasn't proven anything paranormal, but here's what is real. Dogs can hear frequencies up to more than double what humans can. They can detect vibrations traveling through walls and even subtle changes in air pressure you'll never feel. So when your dog reacts to nothing, they're not hallucinating. They're detecting signals your brain filters out. Tiny shifts, high-frequency sounds, movement in places you can't perceive. To you, it's empty space. To them, it's information. And that's just the beginning. Now, here's where things get even more unsettling. Your dog might be able to detect disease inside your body before any doctor ever does. Sounds crazy, but it's not. Dogs have up to 300 million scent receptors. Humans, around 5 million. That difference isn't small. It's like comparing a candle to a stadium full of floodlights. Some studies on domestic dogs show they can detect certain cancers just by smelling a person's breath or skin. Not metaphorically, literally, because diseased cells release unique chemical compounds, and your dog can smell them. There are real cases where dogs kept sniffing a specific spot on their owner's body persistently, obsessively, until the owner finally checked it out, and it turned out to be cancer. So if your dog suddenly becomes fixated on one area of your body, don't just brush it off, because sometimes they're not being clingy. They're trying to tell you something your body hasn't told you yet. But wait, it gets even stranger. Have you ever watched your dog spin in circles before going to the bathroom and thought, just pick a spot already? That behavior isn't random. It's navigation. Research on animal behavior suggests dogs may be sensitive to the Earth's magnetic field. Yes, the same invisible force that guides compasses. Before settling, many dogs align their bodies along a north-south axis. Not because they're picky, but because they're calibrating. It's like your dog has an internal GPS built directly into their biology, and they're using it every single day. Now let's talk about something more personal: pregnancy. Many women report their dog acting differently, more protective, more attached, more alert, before they even know they're pregnant. Why? Because your body changes instantly. Hormones shift, chemical signals change, and while you can't feel it yet, your dog can smell it. Estrogen, progesterone, even stress hormones like cortisol. To your dog, your emotional and physical state is never a mystery. You can smile all you want, but your chemistry tells the truth. And this leads to something deeper. You think your dog understands your emotions because they see you, but that's only half the story. They smell your feelings. When you're stressed, your body releases adrenaline. When you're sad, your tears carry different chemical signals. Your dog processes all of it, which is why, when you're quietly struggling, they walk over and rest their head on you. Not because they saw you cry, but because they felt it. Now here's something that might change how you see your dog forever. They can sense danger before it happens. There are countless reports of dogs acting strangely, refusing to go outside, pacing, whining, right before earthquakes, storms, or natural disasters. Why? Because dogs can detect infrasound, low-frequency vibrations created by environmental changes, like shifting tectonic plates or distant storms. These signals travel long before the actual event. To you, the day feels normal. To your dog, it feels wrong. So if your dog suddenly seems anxious for no reason, maybe there is a reason. You just can't hear it yet. Now here's a question. Have you ever come home and your dog was already waiting at the door, not reacting to your car, not hearing your keys, just waiting, almost like they knew? There's a theory that dogs learn to track time through scent. When you leave, your scent is strong. Over time, it fades. Your dog learns the pattern. So when your scent reaches a certain level, they know you're about to return. They're not guessing. They're measuring time through smell. But here's where things get heavy. Some dogs seem to know when someone is about to die. In hospitals and nursing homes, there are documented cases of dogs staying beside certain patients, refusing to leave hours before they pass, even when doctors didn't expect it. Why? Because as the body begins shutting down, its chemistry changes. Breath changes, skin changes, scent changes. Dogs detect that shift, and instead of running away, they stay, quiet, still, present, like they understand something we're not ready to face. So if your dog suddenly becomes deeply attached to someone, watch closely. They might be sensing the beginning of an ending. Now let's shift to something a little less emotional, but just as fascinating. Your house isn't quiet, not to your dog. You might hear nothing, but your dog hears electricity humming through the walls, high-frequency noises from electronics, tiny scratches of movement inside the structure of your home, mice, bugs, vibrations. To them, your house is full of sound. You're just deaf to most of it. And here's something that feels almost unreal. Your dog might be seeing light you can't see. Some research suggests dogs can detect ultraviolet light, which means they might see patterns on surfaces that are completely invisible to you. Urine trails, chemical markings, hidden visual cues. To your dog, a walk outside isn't just smells. It's a glowing map of information, a whole world layered on top of yours. But wait, this part is wild. Your dog's nose might actually detect heat. Studies on canine biology suggest the tip of a dog's nose can sense tiny temperature differences, almost like a low-level infrared detector. That's why they find warm spots instantly, why they curl into specific places, why they press against certain parts of your body when you're hurt. They're not guessing, they're sensing. Now pause for a second. If your dog can hear what you can't, smell what you can't, see what you can't, feel what you can't, then let me ask you something. How much of reality are you actually missing? Here's the paradox. We think humans are the most aware species, the most intelligent, the most perceptive. But your dog, lying quietly next to you right now, is experiencing a richer sensory world than you ever will. More signals, more data, more awareness. And yet they choose to stay close to you, to protect you, to love you. That's the part most people miss. All these abilities, the detection, the awareness, the sensitivity, they don't make your dog distant, they make them devoted. Because despite everything they can sense, they anchor themselves to you, your smell, your voice, your presence. So the next time your dog stares into a dark corner, don't laugh it off. Don't assume it's nothing, because to them, it isn't. And here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Your dog doesn't just live in your world, they experience a deeper version of it, a hidden layer running quietly beneath everything you see. And every time they react to something you don't understand, they're not being strange. They're reminding you that reality is bigger than your senses. So tell me, what's the strangest thing your dog has ever done? Comment below with your dog's name and your story, because chances are, they've already seen something you haven't. And if you want to keep uncovering the hidden world your dog lives in, stay with me, because this is only the surface.